Representative Hoskin, you're recognized to introduce the Veteran of the Week.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, we've reached that time of the week when we have the honor of recognizing someone who has stepped forward to defend our country in times of need. And like all of you, when we ask a veteran to please come and get this recognition, by and large, they all say, no, I don't deserve that. Surely there's someone else, another veteran out there, that you can honor. And that's exactly what he told me. But I've continued for the last few years to go to him and say, I would like for you to come to the Oklahoma House. And I'd like for the members of the great House to recognize you and to honor you for your service to our great country. And fortunately, I get to talk to him on somewhat a regular basis because he is my father-in-law. But we're here today to recognize Captain Carl T. Reichert. Captain Reichert has a degree in physics, and he was the chief engineer at GRDA for many years before he retired. So sometimes it's difficult for me to have a conversation with him. He's a little bit farther up than I am. But with that being said, I am honored to have him here today. And Mr. Speaker, would you ask the clerk to read the citation?
Clerk will read.
Whereas, with deepest appreciation, the Oklahoma House of Representatives holds in the highest esteem United States Army veteran Carl T. Reichert for his sacrifice and service to preserve the freedoms and privileges Americans hold so dear. And whereas Carl T. Reichert, resident of Vinita, Oklahoma, received his commission as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers upon completion of the ROTC program at Missouri School of Mines in Rolla, Missouri, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in physics. And whereas Carl T. Reichert completed basic training at Fort Belvoir, Virginia in May 1965 before entering airborne training at Fort Benning, Georgia in January 1966, was stationed in Panama from 1966 through 1967 and was promoted to the rank of captain upon arriving in Vietnam in January 1968, joining the 1st Calvary Division, where he served until Honorable Discharge from active duty in December of 1968. And whereas Carl T. Reichert was awarded the Army Commendation Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, the Vietnam Service Medal with 2 Bronze Service Stars, and the Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal. And whereas the Oklahoma House of Representatives of the first session of the 56th Legislature takes great pride in honoring Carl T. Reichert as Veteran of the Week. Now therefore, pursuant to the motion of Representative Chuck Hoskin, the Oklahoma House of Representatives extends to Carl T. Reichert sincere gratitude and directs that this citation be presented.
Mr. Speaker, may Captain Reichert lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Captain, you're recognized to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise if you're in the gallery or elsewhere. Please join me as we pledge allegiance to the flag of our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Representative, you're recognized.
Okay, members with us today are members of Captain Reichert's family. If you'll look into the North Gallery, standing at this time, and please remain standing. We have his wife, Betty, his daughter-in-law, Leslie, with her son, Legend, my wife and newly elected member of the Vinita City Council, Stephanie, and and my youngest daughter, Amelia. Mr. Speaker, would you recognize Captain Reichert, please?
Captain Reichert, you're recognized to address the House.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, visitors in the gallery, House staff, thank you for the kind words and the very warm welcome. In 1910, 3 years after statehood, this legislature directed the completion of a veterans home for Civil War veterans. It was opened in 1910. Through the years, other veterans centers have been constructed, now totaling 7 centers throughout our state, all to serve veterans who can no longer take care of themselves. Through the years, this House, this legislature, has passed from House to House and Senate to Senate the bright beacon of light and compassionate care for these veterans who can no longer take care of themselves. On behalf of the 320,000 veterans in Oklahoma, I'm here to say thank you for continuing to hold high that bright banner of hope and compassion.
Mr. Speaker, we have a citation for Captain Reichert, and we have a flag that is flown over the Capitol along with the citation. Thank you, members.